Welcome in to the Iowa High School Athletic Association Class 1A State Dual Team Wrestling Tournament. We are here live for an audio broadcast of the Wapsie Valley Warriors duel against the Alburnett Pirates. I am Blake Boer, joined on the broadcast today by the one and only Zach Bavers. How's it going, Zach?
It's good. This is where all roads come to meet here in Coralville, Extreme Arena, here on the campus of the University of Iowa, and it's going to be a fun day. We got just about an all-day tournament. We're starting at 9 a.m., we'll end at 6 p.m. tonight. It's going to be a great day of wrestling. It
is definitely going to be a great day. So as we get set to get going today, pull in, show you what the bracket looks like today in Class 1A for this tournament. You see at the top of your screen there, Wapsie Valley begins with Alburnett. Also going on at the same time, Lake Mills takes on Nashville Plainfield on mat number 2. Later in the next session, Wilton and Hinton will square off, as will Don Bosco and Jessup. And then after the first round is complete, we'll advance on to the semifinal rounds and the consolation semifinal rounds, battle things out from there. But that's how the bracket looks here in 1A. All right, Zach. So we are about 6 minutes from getting things started here at Extreme Arena in Coralville. I know, fans, you're probably looking like, why aren't people moving on your screen? Well, this is an audio-only broadcast. We can't do live video at this state event, but we thought you'd give you an idea of what we're looking at. It's a photo from last year when we were down here, but, you know, bring back some nostalgia when the Warriors placed 5th and, you know, back again another year. So what are you looking for the Warriors today?
Right away, this first duel, you got to obviously, I know I had a late, whoa, geez, Blake, turn my audio down. I had a late night into an early morning, but, you know, I'm excited to see how these Warriors come out the gate at 9 a.m. here in the morning. Obviously, it's pretty early here in Coralville. Also, for this first duel between Wapsie Valley and Alburnett, I want to see the Warriors limit the front side points. If they can limit those front side bonus points, because Alburnett's front side is very strong. From 106 to about 150, 157, they are a really strong team. But in that back half, from about 157 on to about heavyweight, they're not as strong as they are in the front half. And Wapsie, as we know, is really strong in the back half. Obviously got the 1-2-3 punch there with Miller, Decker, and Kroll. And then you have Lansing and Hilsenbach. Hilsenbach ended up pinning the 4th-ranked kid at 215 pounds at regional duels about a week ago. So, I mean, I want to see them limit the front side points. If they can do that, they have a chance of winning this duel.
All right, so that's Zach's take on the Warriors matchup today against Alburnett. We'll give you a little bit of a rundown of the projected lineups. So Wapsie Valley's opponent today is the Alburnett Pirates. They come in as the number 1 seed in the tournament in Class 1A with a 28-3 dual record. Their projected lineup, keep projected, as many wrestling fans know, things will change
very
quite
loosely.
often.
You can put that
very
in air
loosely.
Quotes.
The projected lineup for the Pirates, 106 is Atlee DeWitt, 113 Clayton Strang, 120 Rowdy Neighbor, 126 Tayton Kofel. As fans will take a quick break here for the national anthem in the arena. All right, welcome back in, fans, to Wapsie Valley versus Alburnett at the State Dual Tournament. To get you back to the projected lineups, said for Alburnett, 106 was Atlee DeWitt, 113 Clayton Strang, 120 Rowdy Neighbor, 126 Tayton Kofel, 132 Cooper Franklin, 138 Preston Klosterman, 144 Dawson Becker, 150 Reese Klosterman, 157 Shaden Washburn, 165 Hunter Sauer, 175 Luke Schneider, 190 River Williams, 215 Emmett Fleshman, and 285 Josie Ruddle. The Pirates head coach by Clayton Rush, assistants Brett Shalista, Caleb Studebaker, Brett Walkup, Josh Hendrickson, Tyler Shalista, Tucker Franklin, Drake Alblom, and Corey Becker. And Zach, you want to give us the run-through of Wapsie Valley's projected lineup?
So for Wapsie Valley, sorry, I got to turn to the page. At 106, it will be Caden Belinsky at 113 pounds, if I can get here. Thank you. It will be Sawyer Crawl. 120, Wally Kaufman. 126, Brody Kleitch. 132, Reese Hegenow. 138, Dallas Tissue. 144, Caden Dana. 150, Easton Crawl. 157, Kanan Decker. 165, Garrett Miller. 175, Brock Kleitch. 190, Drew Lansing. 215, it can flip around from either Hayden Ryard or Derek Hilsenbeck, and then the opposite will take that 285 spot.
All right, so there are your projected lineups for this duel between Wapsie Valley and Alburnett, which will begin at 175 pounds across the arenas today. That is the starting weight for this round. This broadcast day is made possible by many sponsors, including Oran Mutual Telephone Company. Serving the area since 1911, Oran Mutual Telephone Company is a modern, independently owned telephone company providing internet and telephone services to Oran, Iowa, and the surrounding rural area. Give them a call at 319-638-6006.
So we will see Brock Kleitch hit the mat for Wapsie Valley. We're taking on Luke Schneider of Alburnett. See what Brock can do starting off the morning. And then on this other 1A mat, we have Lake Mills and Nashua Plainfield. So here we are. We are getting rolling here at 9 a.m. Some early hand fighting from both Kleitch and Schneider. Over-unders for both. Kleitch driven right to his back. Schneider trying to lock it up. Kleitch fights off his back. What a quick 4-point move for Schneider right out the gate. Man, we have a quick start to the day. Kleitch fighting off that bottom position. Schneider has got that left wrist. He's got a 2-on-1 on that left wrist. Kleitch trying to build up his base. Schneider, a lot of forward pressure. Working towards the edge of the mat. Again, kind of on the bottom side of this mat here. Just a lot of forward pressure from Schneider. .44 seconds to go here in this first period. Schneider just riding out Brock Kleitch. And now Kleitch up to his feet. Schneider drives him out of bounds. If you're Kleitch, got to work up to your feet quick off the whistle here. And avoid that mat return from Schneider.
Schneider gets in position. Official whistle to start. Good forward pressure there by Schneider.
Goes right for that ankle, that behind ankle of Kleitch there, and just drives him, flattens him out again. Schneider, a lot of forward pressure. Up on his toes. Riding parallel, though, so he hasn't really bumped out to a side at all. They're going to hit Kleitch for stalling at the end of the first period. If you're Kleitch, I don't know why you don't choose top. He's going to defer nonetheless. Schneider wants neutral. Obviously doesn't want to go on bottom here, fear of Kleitsch and the cradles. Kleitsch working back into this over-under situation.
Guys trying to feel each other out, a little hand fighting going on. Schneider tries a shot at the right leg of Kleitsch. Trying to work the
Schneider's
cradle.
got a cradle of his own. It'll be 2 for Schneider. He's trying to work over Kleitsch. Really tough angle. Schneider just can't get that cradle to go. Now he's trying to drive in. Kleitsch with the reversal. So it's 6-2, a minute 10 left to go here in the second period. Working on the edge of the mat, they're going to go out of bounds. A minute 7 left in the second period. 6-2 in favor of Schneider. This is where Kleitsch is comfortable. See what he can do. Schneider right up to his feet. Kleitsch looks for the cradle. Goes for the crossface.
Both wrestlers on their feet, driving to the outside ring. And they'll go out of bounds. Back to center with 56 seconds to go in the second period. Schneider leading Kleitsch 6-2.
Head coach Clayton Rush just telling Schneider, hey, you have to keep yourself spread out. You cannot, keep yourself crunched up, because you know the second you get into that position, that cradle's coming, and here it comes. Kleitsch trying to get the finger lock.
Got a tight lock there. Ryan Kleitsch does get him back down.
He does have the cradle. He's going to sit back.
Goes for the turn. He's got a count
started. It might be 9 a.m. It might be 9 a.m.
He'll get 3 on the near fall.
6-5 now. Kleitsch working. Now he's going right back to that crossface. He just loves that crossface cradle. Minute 12 to go. He's got a lot of time. He's going for it again. Pulls Schneider in. He's got it locked up. Trying to sit back. Schneider pulls his way out.
And the second period will end with a score. Brock Kleitsch 5, Luke Schneider 6. Headed to the third.
Kleitsch is going to take the top position. 6-5.
See what he can do again from that top position. He was able to nice about lock cradle and get a great turn there.
Just rode Schneider out pretty much the entirety of the second period. And now he's got it locked up. He's sitting back. There he is.
The turn again. Count has started.
Schneider's kicking.
Trying to kick free.
He finally gets away. Kleitsch still has control. And now a reversal.
Kleitsch got 2 on the near fall there, and Schneider slips out, gets the reversal, retaking the lead 8-7.
Kleitsch has got to work up to his feet. He's got to get out. Minute 25 to go.
Schneider has Kleitsch flat to the mat.
Kleitsch trying to work up to his feet. Schneider, though, just resisting anything, going for the wrists. Working towards the edge of the mat. They'll go out of bounds.
.57 seconds to go in the match between Kleitsch and Schneider.
Kleitsch
Reset in the center.
Kleitsch has got to be really quick off the whistle here. He's got to get up, got to get out. Up to his feet.
Kleitsch gets to his feet.
There he is.
Hands for the 1-point escape. Tied up 8-8. 50 seconds to go in this opening match at 175 pounds between Wapsie Valley and Alburnett in the quarterfinals of the state dual tournament.
Schneider wants to fight this on his feet. Now going double unders, double overs. Looking for a throw. They'll go out of bounds. Schneider had Kleitsch on his back, but they go out of bounds. Kleitsch just got to avoid that over-under situation there with the double overs. That's where Schneider likes to be. He likes the head throws. Very upper body, like very Greco-Roman-like wrestler. Kleitsch in on a high crotch.
Kleitsch goes in the shot, but Schneider counters and gets the takedown for 2, going up 10-8, just 10 seconds to go. And it looks like Schneider will ride out the final seconds and come away with a 10-8 decision victory. And there it is. So Alburnett picks up the decision from Schneider at 175 to go up 3-0 to start the duel.
I like the aggression, the chippiness. You saw Schneider just shove Kleitsch's head straight to the mat as the match ended, just not letting Kleitsch get up. And you're going to see a little bit more aggression. This is where the duels matter.
So on to 190 pounds we go. We'll see Drew Lansing checking in over there for Wapsie Valley. His opponent believed to be River Williams. It is River Williams for the Pirates.
Shake hands in the middle, and we are off at 190. Right in on a low single, sweep single. Lansing's going to finish up for 2.
A quick 2 there for Lansing. About 10 seconds into the match. Out of bounds they'll go. Reset things into the center.
Lansing taking the spot for Jake Shore. Shore still has that, I believe, broken wrist.
Yep, broken hand. Jake suffered that injury in that duel against Dyke New Hartford, against one of their top-ranked wrestlers. It was a great match. Jake was in it right till the end, but couldn't tell exactly what happened, but did break his hand in that match. That one ended Jake's season, unfortunately. Great wrestler. You know, he'd be in the lineup today and, you know, next week competing for a spot in the individual state tournament. But shortly after, we did get Drew Lansing back from injury for the first time this season. So Drew is here in the lineup today, and he's doing great so far, riding strong with just a little over a minute to go in this first period as he holds a 2-0 lead over Alburnett's River Williams.
Lansing just doing a really nice job of keeping that forward pressure. He's on his toes all the time. Just flattening out Williams here. Now he's going to try to work to around the left side. He might have an arm bar. He gets that wrist. He's going to run it over. Got a count going now. He gets the swipes. He's going to sit in. He's got to put his belt buckled on the mat. Williams turns into him.
Trying to get the pressure on those hips. Williams does slide out, but we'll get 3 on the near fall there for Lansing to go up 5-0.
Lansing here. Williams has got that leg. I like to see a cross face of some sort. Now he goes for that cross face. You don't want him to pull that in. Now you create a scramble for yourself. Lansing able to fight out of it, though. Now flattens Williams back out again. 5-0 as we will head to the second period.
Good first period there from Lansing. He took the jump early with that quick takedown and then worked a nice turn there. We got real close to a fall, but Williams was able to kick out of it.
And that's what this team needs right now. We need a fall here. You're going to fight from behind as we get to the lighter weights, so being able to capitalize as we get to the heavier weights is going to be necessary.
Lansing got back to his feet, but both wrestlers ran out of bounds, so we'll reset things back in the center.
Lansing right off the jump to his feet. He's going to stick his hips away.
Lansing does break the hands. That 1-point escape puts him up 6-0. Lansing
again with the sweep single. He's got to elevate that. He's got to elevate that, but he's going to get both ankles for 2. I'd like to see him go up with that, create that into like a single leg type deal there, and not stay low on that and give Williams a chance to dive over and grab an ankle.
And that's about all that takedown was. He just got enough of the ankles there to secure him, get the takedown for 2, and then they go out of bounds.
Lansing looks to be a near side cradle. Williams able to turn into him. Now we're in a whizzer. Williams elevates. Love the voice crack too. Lansing now elevating. He's going to turn in.
Regains control.
Lansing still working here. He's in that top position. Williams trying to get up to his feet. Sorry, I'm looking over at mat number 3. Lansing now's got that arm bar. He's on the edge of the mat trying to circle around.
Just keeping that.
Now he's got it.
And the count is going.
He's trying to sit in. Belt buckle to the mat.
He
gets it. Let's go. Lansing fires back with 6 for Wapsie Valley. And it will be Hilsenbach to go out there at 2:15. The Warriors have to show first. And it looks like we are going to see Emmett Fleshman of Alburnett to take on Derek Hilsenbach. By the way, Osage and Humboldt are tied. That is interesting duel over there. So here we go, 2:15. Hilsenbach. Some early hand fighting here from both guys. Staying towards the middle, now working towards left side of the mat, top left corner. Now back towards the center. Just some more hand fighting here.
Sorry, not 285, we're 215 here. 215 with these guys. There we go, got that corrected.
And a shot there from Fleshman. Hilsenbach kind of in that front headlock position. They're still tied up. Now both men back up to their feet. Fleshman's got an underhook here. Just cinched in. Now he's going to go for a high crotch. He's in very deep. Hilsenbach grabs on to the ankle. He's going to hold on for dear life. Fleshman trying to elevate. Hilsenbach loses the ankle. And it'll be 2 for Fleshman. It almost looked like Hilsenbach was about to turn into him. Hilsenbach tries a Granby, almost gets put on his back. Was able to avoid disaster. Now Fleshman working hard on the left side, goes for a tilt. I would not go for a tilt at 215, but that's just me. That seems pretty risky, I'm not going to lie. You don't see a lot of 215-pounders throwing around Steiner tilts.
Not too many, but hey, it's 1A wrestling. You never know what's going to happen.
You never know. You could just generalize and say you never know what's going to happen in high school wrestling.
That's a pretty good point, yeah.
So at the end of the first, 2-0 in favor of Fleshman. He's going to take the bottom position to start the second. Hilsenbach takes the top position. Dual score 6-3 in favor of Wapsie Valley. Hilsenbach now working. Hilsenbach still working in the top. Goes for a crossface. Fleshman is just stuck in that base, hunched up like a turtle. Now he works up to his feet. Hilsenbeck's got to bring him down quick or he's going to get called for stalling. You got to cut him. You got to let him go. Let him go.
Break his hands. Gets a leg wrapped around.
Come on.
Stall called.
Let him go.
Stall being called there. The stall was actually given to Fleshman there.
Stall was on Fleshman?
Raised the right hand, or the left hand.
Hold on. Okay. I don't know what Fleshman was doing in that position. I've never seen that, it being called that way.
I think they're down there on a score there. Yep, there they got updated. Fleshman did get the escape there.
Hilsenbeck on a deep double leg. Just drives through Fleshman. Now he goes for that power half. Sticks it right in. Fleshman, again, those powerful back legs. He's just pushed up right to his base. Fleshman, a very hard wrestler to flatten out. He's just going to stay hunched. He might get called for stalling here. Oh, my! Whoa, big throw, big head throw. Hilsenbeck on his back fighting. Fleshman.
Just a few seconds left. Can Hilsenbeck fight his way out of this? Make it to the next period.
No! Big head throw. My goodness.
That big throw gets Emmett Fleshman the pinfall in 3 minutes and 56 seconds.
If anybody remembers,
Alburnett retakes the lead in this one, 9-6.
If anybody remembers the NCAA tournament last year, Matt Ramos, Spencer Lee, it wasn't the same position. Obviously, both men were not on their feet, but it just looked like a head pinch. It was almost like a alligator death roll, something like that. It was just a turn, and he just found a way to get out of the position, lock in a head throw, lock in a head pinch, and just flip Hilsenbeck right over and just puts the finishing touches to give the Pirates the lead. Now we'll see Ryard and I believe Riddell, Josiah Riddell. Hilsenbeck, a big weight disadvantage. As you can see, Riddell just throws Ryard straight off the mat. Ryard closer to about 200 pounds. Riddell,
Ryard,
pretty big more.
He split some time this year at 215. I think early in the season was taking some of the 215ers before Grayson Miller was, but he's had some matches at 285 as the Warriors have played a little strategy with moving Derek Hilsenbeck around in certain duels, including the most recent one you called, and many of you may have watched the Warriors' regional final duel against West Hancock.
Yeah, I mean, this is they do a lot of this strategy, moving guys around. I mean, it all depends on what best fits Hilsenbeck and what they want to do there strategy-wise. And then Ryard just kind of gets whatever left.
No moves made yet. Riddell and Ryard just both working the head, just trying to get a head throw down and make a move. But
the thing is, Riddell, if you're Ryard, you cannot put yourself through that situation. You tried to go for some sort of head throw, and now you find yourself in the bottom position of Riddell, and that is nowhere where you want to be, having such a big weight disadvantage. If you're Ryard, you got to work this match from your feet. But now Riddell working a power half. This could be quick. Now works it just to a straight half. Riddell's gonna sit back. Ryard bridging, and a fall. Pirates stretching this lead as we flip it over to 106.
So it is Alburnett's Josiah Riddell with the fall in 1 minute 58 seconds of Hayden Ryard as the Pirates extend their lead now 15-6 as we'll make our way to the lightweights. 106 up next.
It's interesting to see down here at the state dual tournament. Whenever something good happens, you can see a whole section, just one whole section, stand up as you skate your way across this arena. I mean, it's very cool to see all the different teams and as many people as we have here at this dual tournament.
It's a pretty great arena for the dual tournament, I would say.
Yeah.
It's the way everything's situated. Got 6 mats set up nicely, and everybody can be pretty well close in on the action.
Yeah. Belinsky works a quick takedown. I'd imagine
Caden Belinsky. He's taking on, is Caden Ladai.
Yeah, not listed on their lineup. I believe they're going to want to move up DeWitt up to 113 and take on Krull. Obviously, Belinsky being Ladai, a freshman for Alburnett. As Belinsky making quick work, he's going to sit in. I don't even know what you'd call this. He's just stacking up Liddell. And a fall for Belinsky. So 15-12, the Warriors push it, the lead for Alburnett, back down to 3. As now we'll see Sawyer Krull, and I'm guessing this is going to be DeWitt. Something to note, I think Alburnett was comfortable with giving up that match. They knew Belinsky was a high-powered wrestler at 106. They didn't want to risk anything, so I believe they're going to bump up DeWitt to 113 here to take on Krull. Krull goes for a shot. Now DeWitt, an ankle pick, gets a single leg, trips up Krull, finishes behind for 2. Krull will go out of bounds. Got a lot of things happening here. So, yeah, it is Atlee DeWitt for Alburnett here. Now another takedown for DeWitt. 4-1, the match score. Now DeWitt gonna work in the top position. Krull working up to his feet. He'll get the escape, 4-2. DeWitt working Krull on the edge of the mat. He's going to shuck him by towards the middle. Both men on their feet.
Fans, if you're listening in, be sure to say hi in the chat. Say your name, where you're listening in from. We thank you for tuning in. Like to give a big shout out to Mike Morris,
who I was just about to say that.
Came to Zach's saving grace.
Oh my gosh!
Driving back up to Britt to grab some necessary power cords for our setup we needed, so we can make this happen. So thank you, Mike Morris. Thank him.
You guys are never gonna let me live that down.
Never.
Okay.
DeWitt got a quick takedown there at the edge of the mat. Goes up 6-2 on Sawyer Krull.
If you're DeWitt, I don't think you have enough time to get another takedown with just about 40 seconds left. I think you want to ride out the period, maybe work a turn if you can. I don't think you have time to let Krull up and work another takedown here before the period ends. And it looks like that's what DeWitt wants to do. He's right in parallel with Krull. Trying to find a wrist. Krull trying to work up to his base. He is going to work up to his base now. DeWitt looking for a cradle. Looks like he's got it. He's got to sit back. Try to pull Krull on top of him.
The final seconds will tick away in this first period between Krull and DeWitt at 113 pounds. Headed to the second. DeWitt with the 6-2 lead.
Something to note, we might have a little bit of an upset watch here. Humboldt hanging around with Osage. I've been periodically looking at that duel. That duel's got to be really good. I've seen a lot of action over there.
Second period starts. Krull tries to go on a shot.
Now DeWitt might have a cradle locked up. I think he does. Yeah, he does.
Gets 2 on the takedown there. Gets that cradle. Krull trying to sprawl out with that left leg. Trying to get that right leg free.
Now DeWitt, he's going to go for more of a near side cradle. He's got to lock it up. He's got his body blocking Krull's right leg. So, like, Kroll can't kick out here because you have to, basically kick DeWitt off of him. DeWitt's got the 2 swipes, so he's going to get 2 near fall. And he does. He breaks the hold. Now going for a Turk. He's going to elevate the leg. Kroll on his back. 10-2 the score. It's going to be 13 at least. Kroll bridging. He's got to let go of that leg before they give him the 3. So now they do give him the 3. Now DeWitt just looking for more of a standard half Nelson here, but Kroll able to fight out. 40 seconds to go left here in the second period. DeWitt looking for another cradle. DeWitt just really having riding really hard on the top position here. Now he's going to look for another cradle. 15 to go. He's going to sit back. He's going to make it a 14-point match.
Just a couple seconds left here. Can Kroll fight his way out of this, makes it to the next period?
He does. It's a 14-point match. If you're DeWitt here, I think you're going to look for a head throw of some sort. You're looking for something big because you want 6 instead of 5. He might lock up the cradle if he can. Kroll fights away. Like we said, DeWitt trying to look for a throw. Instead, he'll just do a double leg. Kroll fighting really well. Now he's got DeWitt backed up. I don't know how you can call that out of bounds. He still had his knee and both his feet in. And we said you gotta have that 3 points of contact. DeWitt in on a shot. He's got a single leg. He'll cut behind for 2. That will do it. A technical fall for DeWitt. 20-12 will be the score as we head to 120 pounds. So this is where the Pirates are strong, like really strong.
Alburnett definitely has a very tough lower rates, and they're a tough team overall. I mean, they're ranked first for a reason, sitting a spot 2 above, depending where you look, of, even returning dual state champion Don Bosco and returning dual state runner-up Wilton, who are both here.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them down the stretch. I'm interested to see how they really go about the tournament strategy and whatnot. I mean, that's a big thing in dual team wrestling, is the strategy you play, because it's at this point it's not an individual sport anymore. You've got 14 guys, working together trying to put up as many points on the scoreboard as possible.
So out here on the mat now, 120, we have Wally Kaufman for Wapsie Valley taking on.
It's Landon Frost.
Landon Frost. My bad. Landon Frost taking on Rowdy Neighbor of Alburnett.
I don't think we're going to see Kaufman in this first duel. Sitting on the bench there. Looks like, from what I can see up here, it looks to be Dana, Tissue, Reese Hagenow, and Easton Kroll are warming up. Neighbor trying to work a Turk here. He's going to get the 2 back. He does, so 8-1 with a minute to go left here in the first. They'll go out of bounds, come back towards the middle.
Neighbor just able to work a flurry of turns there, pick up some near fall points. And Neighbor is going to let Frost out at the start of this one, make the score 8-2.
Frost in on a shot. Neighbor, a nice re-attack. He'll get behind for 2. 10-2 the score. About 40 seconds to go. Neighbor's got an armbar in. He's got 30 seconds to go. He's got the right wrist now. Now he's going to run around, circle up. He's getting the swipes. Frost's going to turn into him. That might have not been the best. If you're Frost there, you had a good position. You weren't on your back. Or I guess you were, but you didn't have both shoulder blades down. I would just stay there. You only had about 15 seconds left to just fight off.
So Neighbor will pick up the pin in 1 minute and 46 seconds as the Pirates go up 26-12 in the duel. Headed to 126 pounds next.
So it'll be Brody Kleitsch at 126 pounds. This is a matchup.
He'll be taking on Tayton Kofel of Alburnett.
I believe he is ranked first in Class 1A. Yeah. So this is going to be a matchup that I had circled pre-duel.
You know, Brody's been a very tough wrestler. He's wrestled well against some upper competition this year. He's come away with a couple tournament wins. But, you know, there's a couple next-level wrestlers that he's battled well with, but we'll see how he does here as Kofel gets the early takedown for 2. We'll have a stoppage for a locked hands call on Kofel. So 1 point goes to Brody Kleitsch, and they'll reset in center.
And something about Kleitsch here, like we saw, Alburnett loves to grab that near side ankle and just drive it up and be able to flatten out their opponents. You can't do that to Brody Kleitsch because Brody kind of sits in that, crisscross applesauce type deal when he starts. So you can't grab that ankle right away. So you're kind of forced to try to figure out something else to get him flattened out. And it can be hard at times.
Koval staying very aggressive here, working Kleitsch on the mat, trying to pull those hands back in.
Kleitsch trying to work up to his feet. He's on his base. Now he's going to sit back. Kofel just clinging on to Kleitsch, not letting Kleitsch move anywhere. Under a minute to go here in the first period. So stalling on Kleitsch underneath.
Just his first stall call.
Kofel's now got that arm pulled
20
across.
20 seconds to go in the period.
Kofel's got that arm pulled across Kleitsch's back. It's a circle out front. Now go for kind of a whip over. Back into this front headlock position. That will end the first period.
Headed to the second. Tayton Kofel for Alburnett leads Brody Kleitsch 2-1.
Kleitsch should take the top position. He does, but a caution on Kofel. Now, what's going on here?
Got another caution call there. That one looks like going on Kleitsch.
He didn't signal caution at all.
This is a very weird call. He just kind of stepped forward, almost just swinging his arm.
Yeah, he didn't even signal for caution on Kleitsch, and we were just confused because he blew his whistle and then right away blew it again. Everybody stopped.
But maybe he was calling early on both guys.
Maybe. Kleitsch looking for a tilt. But a nice job. Kofel keeps that belt buckle just glued to the mat. A lot of pressure. He keeps his hips glued to the mat, not letting Kleitsch just pull him over. Now Kleitsch working for that ball and chain. Kofel grabs the right leg of Kleitsch. Now Klitsch going to roll across his own back. He had Kofel for a second. Are they going to give him 2? No, just 1 swipe. Minutes ago, they'll go out of bounds. Man. Klitsch working hard in that top position, just trying to force a turn. Klitsch is definitely in this. Minutes ago left in the second period. And now another question. What are we doing? He hasn't signaled a caution. I'm so confused. He hasn't signaled anything for a caution. I don't know if it's just, I'm guessing it's on both guys. That's what I'm guessing. They're both early. But I don't know how that happens. Usually one's earlier than the other, so.
It's the first I've seen it.
It's the first time I've ever seen a double caution.
Brody swings around there. Kofel tries to break free. Brody does stick on the ankle.
Now into a whizzer position. Klitsch should have grabbed the ankle there, but he doesn't. Kofel almost pulls him right into his own ankles. And
Kofel is awarded the escape there. Goes up 3-1.
Kofel loves that
20
shuck
seconds
by.
to go.
Kofel just loves that shuck by there, trying to circle around. But Klitsch grabs onto a leg. Now Kofel might have a cradle, and he does. Edge of the mat. They give him the 2. Kind of hard for us to see. Not only our team's blocking it, but we got a ref blocking us, our view too. We're sitting pretty high up on the concourse up here.
The picture you guys are looking at, pretty close to where we're sitting at, actually about the same area.
Yeah.
The Warriors, as you're looking at that picture, you see the part of that mat to the left there. That's where we're sitting at.
Pretty much.
You know, up top. But the mat to the left is where the Warriors are wrestling.
Kind of sad that table down there is so open.
It is. It'd be a great spot.
Oh, it would be a fantastic spot.
But, hey, we're happy to be here.
I know. I was like, we went down there earlier this morning. When we first got here, we didn't know kind of where we were supposed to set up. So we just walked down there. Table's wide open.
Call a stalemate, reset things here.
Neutral, 5-1 in favor of Kofel. Kofel doing a nice job. He figured out kind of how to deal with, Klitsch working from his knees. He distances himself. He's not trying to force anything. He just kind of pushes himself away and keeps his arms free. But now Klitsch has a leg here, but Kofel whizzering. This could end up in a stalemate position. Now Klitsch loses the leg. Kofel's kind of got a front headlock position. Now they kind of clear out. Klitsch still has that wrist though. And now they will clear out, head back towards the middle. 40 seconds to go left in the match. Klitsch needs something big. He's got to be a little bit more aggressive. Now he goes for an ankle pick. Kofel going to circle around behind. But Klitsch hangs on to the leg again. Klitsch not giving up. 20 seconds to go. 5-1 the score. Now if you're Klitsch, just don't get put on your back. He's going to get the 2. 10 seconds to go. That'll just about do it here at 126.
As Kofel goes up 7-1. And the final seconds will tick away. Alburnett's Tatum Kofel picks up the 7-1 decision at 126 pounds as the Pirates go up 29-12 in the duel.
So now up to 132 pounds. Be Reese Hagenau versus Cooper Franklin. Projected.
We'll see if it. Check the old track wrestling, see if that's what's or who the yep 7-1. See if that's who's actually out there for the Pirates.
So as we start out,
Cooper Franklin.
So Franklin really pushing the pace. A nice ankle pick there. Works Hagenau towards the edge of the mat. They'll go out of bounds. Franklin right to work. And this is, you know, the Warriors, they needed a big backside from, or big backside points. They just didn't get that. Especially with, it didn't help that Hilsenbeck got pinned, and then Kleitsch didn't really win his match. He was close, but if he could have kept that cradle locked up, he was really close to a pin about twice. A lot of times Wapsie had chances there, just couldn't capitalize on them.
Franklin with a strong right there. Reese Hagenau.
Looks like he's just trying to stack Hagenau up, but now he's going to turn into a half. Oh, Hagenau turns into him. I was just thinking that. Hagenau, you just got to keep his momentum going. Turn into him, and he does. That was a nice move from Hagenau. Because I figured, you know, Franklin was trying to roll across his own shoulders. Hagenau could just keep that momentum going and kick into Franklin, and he does, and is able to roll through that. Now Franklin's got an arm bar towards the edge of the mat. Hagenau stacked
tries
up.
to kick out of it. Rolling
Franklin
around.
Hagenau trying to fight off his back, but cannot.
And it will be a pin for the Pirates. Cooper Franklin coming in 1 minute and 25 seconds over Reese Hagenau.
So we'll head up to 138. It'll be Dallas Tissue and Preston Klosterman. This is another match that is going to be very interesting. Man, that Osage duel is fireworks over there.
You know, we've faced Alburnett in so many different sports. I think we've seen him maybe wrestlers a couple times in the state tournament, but we faced him in basketball before, football several times, baseball, softball.
Just about everything.
There's a lot of common names. I've seen Klostermans, Neighbors. There's a lot of those. Some great athletes down there. Usually provides for some pretty entertaining matchups.
And this is their year. Obviously, they came in as the 1 seed. Everybody expects them to kind of, handle their business here at the state dual tournament. But they are not only going to, have a really good showing here at the state dual tournament. They're going to have a really good showing at the individual tournament. They got a lot of good wrestlers, a lot of top-ranked wrestlers.
Big throw there from Klosterman. He got the takedown, and a big throw of Dallas Tissue back to the mat. Klosterman with the 2-0 lead.
But yeah, I think the state tournament is in like a 2 weeks, I believe.
Yep, 2 weeks. So got today going on, the state dual tournament. Next Saturday are the district tournaments. And, that changed last year where there's no more sectional. It's just districts, then state.
Kind of like youth wrestling.
Kind of. It is still the same, 2 at each weight from each district go, but there's a few more districts. So in a 24 wrestler field at the state tournament this year.
Klosterman makes quick work of Tissue. 46 seconds left in the first period. He'll rack up a fall. Man. This is not what the Warriors have been wanting from this front side.
So on to 150 pounds we go.
Just looks like
or
the
144 pounds.
Yeah, 144. It just looks like the energy's just a little low. Obviously, it's early in the morning. Everybody's probably a little tired, but kind of just looks like everybody's just a little bit low on that energy here in the morning.
So I believe it is, for Wapsie Valley, Caden Dana, looks like he's taking on Dawson Becker of Alburnett.
He about had Becker right to his back right away. Dana had like a double unders. Becker tried to duck through and almost got himself caught.
As Becker does break free for the escape. Score now 2-1 in favor of Dana.
Now Dana tries to duck under. And now this time he gets caught. Becker will get the 2, make it 3-2, and now he goes straight for an armbar. He's got a chicken wing. He's got a half. Wow. It's been the arm bars for them today. Or this morning anyway. Wow.
And Becker makes quick work after that takedown. For a pin in 54 seconds of Caden Dana. Alburnett now leading 47-12 in the duel. Next up will be our 150-pounders. For Wapsie Valley, it will be Easton Crawl. His opponent will be Reese Klosterman.
Crawl, very strategic wrestler. He's very good at almost all phases of his game.
You know, if you're the Warriors here, you know, Alburnett's locked up this dual win. They'll be moving on to the semifinals. Wapsie Valley will continue on the backside. Each team will take on either Lake Mills or Nashville Plainfield, who are wrestling
Looks
right
to
now.
be we're going to face Lake Mills.
Yep, Lake Mills currently up 33-19 in that one.
No, Nashua's up.
Nashua's up.
Yes, Nashua is up on Lake Mills.
Nashua's up on Lake Mills. Sorry.
I'm interested to see that duel. That one's going to be interesting. Obviously, Wapsie, the only upset of the regional duel when they upset West Hancock up in Britt. Everybody else, it was kind of just chalk.
Pretty much, you know, you had the 8-9 matchup out there, Hinton and Logan Magnolia.
I bet that duel was fireworks all around.
Yep, and you had what some thought was a pretty even matchup, Lisbon and Jessup. As we see Crawl get in there on the ankle for the takedown.
The 2.
Gets a single leg, drives Klosterman back to the mat.
Klosterman in the whizzer. Now he's going to let it go. He's going to bail out.
Correction score is 4.
Nope,
2.
2.
Nope, 2-0.
Told you.
I
Had
don't know what I just saw there.
Well, he only had control there, so it wasn't another takedown. You're like every
I looked over at the scoreboard. I looked over at the scoreboard down there, and I don't know what I saw, but
now it's 2-1.
For some reason it popped in my head.
Maybe you were looking at the Mat 2 scoreboard because that's 4-1. So
maybe they're too close together. You know.
That's true. For some, we have a lot of excess space here. There's a lot of space for wrestlers to kind of get warmed up. You know, they got all the locker rooms and the hallways and stuff. This is surprisingly big arena for having 6 mats in here. Then again, not all the mats are like full-on stretched high school size, but.
Well, they're full high school size.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, you know, some of the mats you see in like high school gyms are a lot bigger than these.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm whatever.
I think the space is just deceiving. You're not used to having this much seating space, an arena space.
Yeah. Well, and they had the Iowa High School Girls State Championships here last night.
Yep. The second year in a row they've had the Girls High School Athletic Association State Championships. Second year of those being sponsored. And, Wrestling Coach and Official Association had the girls here for a year before that.
We'll say that that tournament is like I'm surprised how fast they got everything switched around. They switched on all the banners, like everything.
Some very dedicated, hardworking individuals down here. As Klosterman gets the escape, ties this one up 2-2.
Minute left to
Crawl
go.
and Klosterman.
Minute left to go here in the second period. I believe we have about 2 matches left to go.
And we'll have our 157 and 165 matches after this, as we began at 175 today.
Both
Crawl
guys
and Klosterman both eyeing each other up.
On their feet. Just staying in that inner circle towards the middle. Now a shot from Klosterman. Crawl. Whizzers. Klosterman's in deep on that single leg, trying to cut off to a double. just can't reach far enough. Now he's got an arm. He drives through, and he'll get 2 on the edge of the mat. He'll go out of bounds. Very late takedown here in the second period. 9 seconds to go.
A caution being called there on Crawl. An early start.
Wow, we got some heated matchups going on at 2A. There's a lot of action all across the board here. Crawl, that will end the second, so 4-2. Head to the third. Yeah, you got the good computer operator here today. It's not me. It's Blake.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of practice at it.
Yeah, I failed to run the clock when we were at regionals. I was too focused on the matches to run the clock and do all that stuff.
Klosterman in the top position to start this third period.
Now Crawl just flattened out. Klosterman looking for a butcher. He's going to circle around. That should not have been a swipe. Good thing it was only 1.
That was
not close.
That was
no.
not. I think he was maybe at 30 degrees, 35 degrees,
no,
not
he
45. Klosterman trying to work Crawl again. Crawl fighting very tough, not making anything easy there. As they'll go out of bounds. 1:10 to go in the match between Easton Crawl and Reese Klosterman.
Crawl up to his feet. Klosterman leg laces him, brings him right back down. He's got a half in. Working here. Now he's got an arm bar. It's been the arm bars today for the Pirates. By the way, they've worn like 3 different types of singlets in this first duel.
Have they? I haven't even been paying attention that closely.
I know Wapsie has worn about 2 different types of singlets. Frost has like the old style one that Donnie Schmidt and Caleb Crawl used to wear back in the mid-2010s.
Crawl in a precarious position.
What is
trying
this?
to keep his shoulders off.
Great.
Bridging up.
If you look at Crawl, he's like, Klosterman has Crawl's like head and shoulders stuck between his legs.
And there's the fall for Reese Klosterman. He got the final bit of pressure with his hips and gets the fall in 5 minutes, 54 seconds. Alburnett now leading 53-12 in the duel.
So it'll be Decker. And thought he was about to receive a forfeit. No, we got. So I'm telling you, Steve, look, Blake, they have like multiple different types of singlets. We just saw Klosterman walk out in a style, and now I don't even know who's running out now. It should be Shaden Washburn, but I don't know who's. It
is. Refresh the page here.
Decker right in on a single leg. Cuts it off for 2. He's going to cut him up. This is the Decker we know and love.
He is wrestling Brady Hospodarsky.
What a name. Right into a tilt. Decker's going to cut him up. Decker right back in on a single leg. Goes right for a turn. Now he's just working in the top position. Goes for a tilt. He's just racking up the points at this point. He's got 2. Now he's got 3. Now he's got an arm bar. He's going to sit in and just stack him up. Warriors fire back with 6. Just as Blake finally gets the name put in.
Just as I get the name. It was a long name to type. But it is a fall for, not Crawl.
Decker.
I'm struggling.
You don't need to change it now.
I want them to see Decker's name on the screen.
There you go. Got Decker.
There we go.
You get it right? All right.
Where they fall in 1 minute and 1 second.
Now you get Miller.
Now I got to get Miller ready.
Final match of this first duel for Wapsie Valley. Garrett Miller, and then for should be Hunter Sauer for Alburnett.
It is Shaden Washburn.
Okay, so this is Washburn.
Shaden Washburn.
I'll say this is my first time ever being at the state duel tournament. It's pretty cool. I like it. I've seen some stuff about the state duel tournament. It's very cool to be here and to see all this stuff. Both the 3A duels are over with.
It's in the final couple of matches here in 2A and 1A. Actually, 2A is kind of trail behind. They're 138 yet, I think both of them are.
Yeah, and both the 1A mats are getting closer to finishing up.
We're on our final match here, 165 between Garrett Miller and Shaden Washburn of Alburnett. Still 0-0, 45 seconds to go in this one. Clock's still behind there. Looks like the Lake Mills and Nashville Plainfield duel, they are on 150 right now.
Had a little blood stoppage. Osage and Humboldt. Looks like Osage is leading that duel.
Washburn gets a takedown at the edge of the mat. Goes up 2-0 on Miller.
Oh, no. I take that back. Humboldt is beating Osage currently. Osage being the 1 seed at 2A. Man. They're going to need some magic here for Osage. Anyways, back to Miller here. He's going to start in the bottom position.
They called a caution there. Missed. So stop for a restart.
Washburn tried to pick up Miller. Yeah, you probably aren't going to be able to pick Miller up. As now Washburn really high. With just a lot of forward pressure, he's able to work Miller back down to his base. I'd like to give a shout out to our good friend Godal Kaiser's here, covering Wapsie. He was here covering Sumner over the girls wrestling state tournament. Miller up to his feet. He gets out. Fake shot from Washburn. Looks like Miller's hurt. We're going to start some injury time, I do believe. That or it might be blood time. I think it is. Yeah, it's blood. I thought it was hurt. Miller was pointing at his wrist, so I thought maybe he had some hurt with his wrist. But instead, no, just a cut, some blood on his hand.
Well, I think Miller checked out. Like to take a chance to thank one of our sponsors. Legacy, or actually we'll go with Little Wapsie Communications. Their state-of-the-art fiber network is complete in Fairbank, ready to serve your home or business with the fastest internet in town. For plans, pricing, and more information, call 319-279-3375.
So back to action here. Minute 30 left to go here in the second period. Miller's got that left wrist taped up. Start to see some of the Jessa Bosco fans start to come in for their duels here in the next hour.
You talk about, you want to wrestle good competition during the year, and that's what the Warriors have done, what they always try to do. Well, I think that's been proven when you see Jessup is here at the state dual tournament. Nashville Plainfield, who we wrestled, is here at the state dual tournament. Don Bosco, I think we wrestled, I'm trying to remember if there are any other teams we've wrestled during the regular season. I know we wrestled over the Christmas break, wrestled Independence, and I think Waverly, who are both here.
At the Battle of Waterloo. Wrestled a lot of good teams at the Battle of Waterloo.
Wrestled Independence at the Battle of Waterloo. So there's definitely been some great competition there.
Another thing to note is that, obviously, Don Bosco has been we'll just say a powerhouse in wrestling for the last, who knows how long.
Long time.
Yeah. Nashville Plainfield, though, slowly coming on as a perennial team, powered by the Rinkin brothers.
Well, Nashville Plainfield's been a good wrestling school for a while. They have a good history of guys making the state tournament and placing. And I know you're a young guy, Zach.
I just don't like to give my mom's alma mater credit, all right?
No, that's fair. Can't give mom too much pride there.
No, can't do that. No.
Got to support dad's alma mater,
yeah,
Wapsie Valley.
Yeah, look at that. So we got a little blood stoppage here.
Just waiting for the cleanup. Looks like the wrestlers are about ready to go.
Just cleaning up towards that inner circle.
40 seconds to go here in this second period at 165 between Alburnett's Shaden Washburn and Wapsie Valley's Garrett Miller.
Still 2-1 in favor of Washburn. Miller moving a lot of fake shots. Washburn just goes right at him. Miller dives in on a blast double. Now they'll go out of bounds. Washburn just about had Miller picked up off his feet.
Did have him picked up off his feet, but
I don't know how
just stopped himself from throwing Miller after the whistle.
I don't know how Washburn defended that blast double. I've been hit by Garrett Miller. It's not fun. Miller just dives right at you. That's ugh.
And Washburn is listed in their projected lineup at 157, but I mean, he's got a good 4 inches of height probably on Garrett Miller, and a good solid build.
And that's something that really favors in wrestling the taller guys. We saw it with Cannon Yeager, Brock Kleich. They're really good at those cradles. They're very, very good at the cradles. And just by doing that, being taller than your opponent gives you that unforeseen advantage. It really gives you a good advantage against your opponent.
So Washburn gets the escape there on the stand-up. Goes up 3-1. Rides Miller to the ground. A takedown for 2. Now a 5-1 advantage.
Talked about Osage, you need a little bit of a magic. You look over there, they're at 150. That duel's tied now.
And that's a 1-8 matchup over there. So
yeah, it's just like our match here. And
so yeah, in this first opening round here, we had all the 1s and 8s and the 4s and 5s match up. The top halves of each class's bracket were wrestling in this early session, and then the next session will be
2 and 7 and 3 and 6.
Yep.
Look at that.
So Miller gets the escape there. Now 5-2. Less than a minute to go here in this 165-pound match. The final match of the duel between the Warriors and the Pirates.
So Wapsie will wrestle, I believe, at 12:30. They will wrestle most likely, it's pretty much going to be Lake Mills. So Wapsie will take on Lake Mills at 12:30 on mat number 2. So they'll move a little closer to us. Now 20 seconds to go left in the third. Miller's got to have something big. Miller looking for something. Hand fighting, trying to go for something. 6 seconds to go. Dives for a shot. Washburn drives him. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was about thinking Cade Malinsky was going to get his decapitated over there. He got, wow. Washburn just drove him straight into the bench. But he will pick up the win.
Final there as Shaden Washburn picks up the 5-2 decision over Garrett Miller as the Pirates take the duel 56-12.
Man, a tough showing for Wapsie. Obviously, came into the duel as a big underdogs. Obviously, the 8 seed going up against the 1, but they'll wrestle here in about 2.5 hours, taking on Lake Mills as that duel is has 2 matches left to go. But for Wapsie, I mean, it was simple. They didn't get enough backside points. They didn't get the wins they needed. They only won 3 matches. All 3 of them did come via fall. But they didn't get what they needed. They needed the backside to really show out, and that just didn't happen. Especially with Kleitsch getting beat, Hilsenbach getting pinned, Ryer getting pinned. And that did not help their cause whatsoever. And the front side did their job. You know, they limited the front side points to an extent. I mean, some guys, you know, did end up on the wrong side of those, but overall, I'm really excited to see this next duel against Lake Mills.
Yeah, it'll definitely be an interesting one coming up. Obviously Lake Mills team we haven't seen, but Lake Mills they looks like they're about to fall to Nashville Plainfield here as they're currently down with 2 matches to go. And actually a pin there from Nashville Plainfield, so they extend their lead to 46-19 as the Warriors will await Lake Mills later in the day.
You know,
Lake Mills in their regional that they came out of, they defeated Denver, but that ended up being a very close match. That one came down to the last couple matches.
Wapsie absolutely destroyed Denver. I think it was the second duel of the year. Wapsie just ran straight through Denver.
Definitely early in the year.
I'm looking at these 2A duels. This Osage duel is still tied. This is just pandemonium over there for Osage and Humboldt. I guess we'll go through our little recap here. So we started at 175. Hunter Sauer picked up a decision over Brock Kleitsch. Drew Lancey picked up a fall. Emmett Felshman of Alburnett picked up a fall. Josiah Riddell picked up a fall. Caden Belinsky picked up a fall. Atlee DeWitt, technical fall. Rowdy Neighbor, a fall. Tayton Kofel, a decision over Brody Kleitsch. Cooper Franklin, a fall. Preston Klosterman, a fall. Dawson Becker picked up a fall. Reese Klosterman picked up a fall. Kaden Decker picked up a fall. And then Shaden Washburn with a decision victory. So, I don't know. I don't know what we are going to do for the rest of the time. We have about 2.5 hours to waste here. Are we
No, we'll probably take a little bit of a break here. You know, you guys probably don't want to hear us just sit here and ramble all this time. But no, so
I don't think I have enough content to talk about for 2.5 hours.
We'll sit here. We'll kind of cool off, get ready for the next. We will create a new stream, and we will be back as the Warriors will take on Lake Mills a little later today, this early afternoon. Like to thank everybody for tuning in today, and actually like to thank our sponsors, including Legacy Roofing of Iowa. Protect your largest investment with our reliable roofing and gutter services. If you want to make your roof last as long as possible, it is vital that you never put off a roof repair. Small issues with roofing become big issues in a hurry. No matter how major or minor the repair you need, we are here to help. We offer roofing contracting, storm damage repair, gutter replacement, and residential and commercial roofing. Call Mitch at 319-415-2472 or Lou at 319-415-5547.
Sorry, I was letting you do your ad read quick.
All right, so Zach, as you watch the Warriors duel and you kind of have been peeking in on Nashua and Lake Mills, what are you looking forward to later today as these two match up, and what are you wanting to see from Wapsie Valley?
I just want to see us be a little bit more aggressive. We looked a little sluggish in that first duel. It just wasn't what we wanted. I want to see more aggression. I want to see us going for some more stuff, trying to be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end, while also, not getting caught and just not making those dumb mistakes that teams sometimes make. It's just, you can't do those types of things in, this big of a dual tournament here, and, your season is on the line at some points, and, your chances to win the state dual tournament are now over. You're trying to not make the dumb mistakes and try to fight your way for third. If, Wapsie Valley beats Lake Mills, they're going to be in the third place match at 6 p.m. tonight. So, I'm going to be excited for that duel. It should be a really good one, really close duel between Wapsie Valley and Lake Mills. I just want to see Wapsie Valley, use that backside to their advantage. They are so strong in that backside. Just use it. Everybody is so good in the later half from like 150 on. Wapsie is so strong there with a bunch of ranked guys littered throughout that backside. And then the front side is almost just as good. You've Caden Malinsky, Brody Kleitch, Dallas Tissue. So I just want to see them be more well-rounded, be more aggressive, and not make the dumb mistakes.
All right, and we will give you a look here at our RTC Communications recap. RTC Communications is here to provide high-quality, superior service to you, the customer, by offering great customer service and the services you want and need to work and stay connected with family and friends. Reach out to them at 319-279-3375 or email manager@reedlandtelco.com. That's manager@reedlandtelco.com.
Hang on, I have something to say. One, this is the one thing I can hold over you. I memorized that. I've memorized like almost all the ads. So
nice job.
That is something I can hold over my head. Secondly, Osage survived. So, or wait, hold on. A little confused of who's won. Oh, yeah, okay. Osage did survive. They won their duel 37-33. Very close between Humboldt and Osage. That was a very shocking duel there. So,
and Zach, I know the Warriors, ended up losing this one. They did pick a couple wins there. So how about you give us our Prime Capital Investment Advisors wrestler of the duel, Prime Capital Investment Advisors, Ashley Jones and Joe Harris with Prime Capital Investment Advisors. From opening your first Roth IRA to drawing on your hard-earned money in retirement, the team at Prime Capital Investment Advisors has the tools to accommodate. They are independent fee-based fiduciaries and put honesty and transparency above all else. Best of all, they bleed black and gold. Mention this ad and get a complimentary second opinion meeting. Call Ashley at 319-269-7143. Go Warriors.
So I think for your wrestler of the duel, it's, for Wapsie, it's probably going to be Kaden Decker. He just wrestled a flawless match. I'd also give a slight shout-out to Caden Belinsky. Sorry, I had to think for a second. He just made quick work. Both those guys went straight to battle. For Alburnett, I got to give it to Flesterman. He picked up a big fall at 215 over Derek Hilsenbeck. I think that's just clear cut.
So that's how the duel went between Wapsie Valley and Alburnett. We will be back on later. But fans, if you've enjoyed watching Warrior Sports Live and today listening in to us, we can't bring you the audio or the video feed down here. We're just not allowed to. But if you're enjoying listening in, if you enjoyed watching Warrior Sports Live all year from the comforts of home for free, consider a donation to Wapsie Valley's Venmo to help keep the streams going and at no cost to fans. Look for the link in the video description below and give us a like and subscribe if you've enjoyed watching all the videos. So we'll wrap up here and come back to you for the Warriors Consolation semifinal as they will take on Lake Mills early this afternoon. So until then, I'm Blake Moore.
I'm Zach Bavers.
We'll see you then. Go Warriors.